Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always come back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section.
You need 25% of the votes in, I think, 2/3 of all the states in the federation or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. The 25% of the votes cast in all the regions for you to win the presidency. Now, if there is no election in Biafra land that comprises all the states within the South, South, and South, because there are 6 regions, South, 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 East, Southwest, Northeast, Northwest, and North Central. Now, if there is no election in Biafra land, what will constitute majority for anybody to become president becomes unavailable, lacking, and therefore there can be no president in Nigeria in the first instance. So, and the British and the Fulanis have understood that without the participation of the Igbos in election, not just based on the fact that P2B is going to contest, for if we had decided to participate in the election and say we are going to vote for either Atiku or Tinubu, P2B would have been insignificant. Nobody would have listened to him because our participation makes the election valid. So since we say we're not going to participate and we want Biafra, the credibility of the election has a question mark. And the only way to, try and help matters so that it could be valid, it could have validation in the eyes of the international community, is to bring an Igbo man who will come and contest. So that they will not say, one person from this region is doing, and definitely there might be followers. Now, this young man is coming on the heels of the actualization of Biafra, which is there, here now. Because why he's still contesting and not speaking about Nnamdi Kanu, the United Nations have told Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. So why are we bringing P2B? Is he going to negotiate for? The United Nations said Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. They have recognized that in our consistency of sitting at home, our case has come to their notice. And if at this point somebody is suggesting that P2B should go and meet Simon Ekpa, I'm not afraid. I know Simon Ekpa will not listen to P2B. I know him very well. If somebody is suggesting, invariably he is capitulating to the ideas of the general supporters of P2B and some highly placed people and individual organizations. Remember, Afani Fere is not speaking for the Odua people. And even if they are, they should come up plain and say, because Odua have declared their own republic or something like that, they have their own faction there. So, we cannot, because Afani Fere is endorsing Obi, you come and tell us that Simon Ekpa should listen to P2B. For what? That automatically drops every sacrifice for Biafra from 1967 to the present date and all the lives lost. You think Simon Ekpa doesn't know? You think you know more than he knows in respect to this battle for Biafra? You think that Simon Ekpa will, after all this while, he will now come and concede to P2B to come and be the president of Nigeria, and then whatever negotiation, Biafra must be under Nigeria. You cannot make any negotiation with P2B. P2B says he will die for one Nigeria. He is not interested in the Biafra nation. And for your information, Afani Fere never opted, like Biafra, to run their own nation. I mean the Afani Fere leaders. None of them ever come out. It was Igbo that came out. I was leading Yoruba people. Afani Fere never came out and said, we're having Yoruba Republic. or Oduduwa Republic. They never said it. We said we want Biafra. It started from 1967 to the present day. We want Biafra. So you cannot come and begin to tell us that Simon Ekpa should listen to Peter. That's a concession. That's you see, the pressure is on you so much. You have seen what they have shown you, or you have seen what Peter B. Maybe he's garnering support from so many angles in Nigeria. This is the test run of how mentally and psychologically strong you are as a Biafran. How far can you go in believing for Biafra? How far can you endure for Biafra to come? No wonder Onyendu said, God is looking for 100 men. As time progresses, we begin to see the difference. Simon Ekpa says he's one of them, disciples of Nnamdi Kanu. He says, don't look at it as an exaggeration. He says he's worth 50 men. Well, I see that not based on numerical understanding, but on activity, responsibility, commitment. Simon Ekpa is worth 50 because he's committed. But when you begin to count, you count him if his vote is just one person. So God is looking for 100 persons. I am also one of them. There is nothing you can say or do that will make me. Even if you give us Nigerian presidents on the platform, we don't want it. The point is we want out. Period. So King Wa Solomon, your analysis, I don't buy it. It doesn't gel. If you are a true Igbo, if you are a true Biafran, you will know that no matter what is given in Nigeria, even if they say they are going to change all the army generals and make them Igbos, all the head of departments, you tell them, no, we don't want Nigeria any longer. We are Biafrans. We want out. We want to build our own nation, our culture, our people, our structures, our manner of life. We have an orientation on how Biafra shall be. We want to run a modern country, a nation that fears God, that applies the rule of law, that has good law enforcement agencies, that understands and respects and apply the human rights, policies and principles. Biafra is different from Nigeria. So when you say he should listen to Peter Obi, that suggestive approach is offensive to my spirit as a Biafran. Nnamdi Kanu made it absolutely plain. There is no wisdom you will bring now. I am not condemning your content. I'm telling you, King Wa Solomon, this idea is wrong. We don't buy it. You don't seem to understand the thing about Biafra. It is no longer about political position or appointment. It is no longer that. It is not based on popular approach of Nigerians to an issue. No, it's no longer. It is about we, the people of Biafra, our lives, our future, what we decide. We don't want to be in Nigeria any longer. We want to be ourselves. We don't hate Nigerians. If Biafra says they don't want to stay, they should be left alone. And when Biafra comes, we go. Peter Obi can still be the president of Nigeria, and he wants to negotiate with Biafrans on technology. We have to sit down and consider if it is worthwhile. If we don't agree, it is entirely up to us, and vice versa. If we need them for technology and they don't buy, they can refuse. But the point is, we want our freedom. We've been talking about this freedom for a long time. People have died. Lives have been lost. Then at this moment, when we are seeing the down of the manifestation of this new nation, Biafra, you are coming up with the idea that Peter Obi should go and visit Simon. On what basis? Simon Ekpa doesn't have any business with Peter Obi. The only thing Peter Obi can say that Simon Ekpa will listen to is for Peter Obi to come out and say, I support Biafra. Then Simon Ekpa can listen to Peter Obi. So yes, you are saying the right thing. But Peter Obi cannot say that. Why? Because it will jeopardize his presidential bid. The thing that is more important in Peter Obi is for him to become president. and hoping that he will, by using a magic wand, turn everything and change. Even Jesus Christ, who went on the cross and died, that his name has been exalted above every other name, did not change things automatically after his death on earth. There are still evil people manifesting today. The time when Jesus will change another, the whole thing will come, when he will come the second time, and he will come with fire and fighting and killing his enemies. It's there for Bible. So you cannot get your freedom by negotiation or by, platter of gold understanding. You have to take it by force. For him to get the freedom for us in our salvation, he went to the grave and died. It was a forceful freedom. But that one, the force was against him. He was killed. He allowed himself to be killed. And he rose from the dead. The time that is coming to redeem his people, to be with him forever, he's coming by force. This time not to be killed, but to kill his killers and those who are rebellious. So you cannot expect Biafra to come without going to the battlefield. We have tried speaking. 2019, they managed to talk to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. He said, okay, let's give them a chance. And when he gave them a chance, they failed. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said, never again, that he gave them a chance, they misbehaved. These people are not reliable. There shall be no election in Biafra land beginning from Anambra State. They failed it again. The second time, under pressure, people were they decided to reason. And at reasoning, Soludo came. What happened? Soludo began to work assiduously against IPOB and the Biafran project. Now Peter Obi is coming up. And somebody is telling us that Peter Obi should go and talk. When you talk and do that, that's the wisdom of men. It has nothing to do with the Spirit of Christ. It has nothing to do with the Spirit of God that directs this movement. He who personally lifted up Mazin Nnamdi Kanu gave him wisdom and told him move. And as he was moving, they truncated the thing on the way through abduction. And he spoke to show that the program of God cannot be limited by man. To Simon Eber, he took it and he's been moving. Suddenly, we are hearing a cacophony of voices from different quarters trying to push someone. Somebody once told me, no, we have to use wisdom. That as an Igbo man, when you check, you calculate, then you do it. So you use it at the end, you will make your enemy come. Then you will. That is a stupid sense. The Hausa man tells you, the Fulani man tells you openly, this is what I want. He goes for it to fight. That was the reason why the British handed over power to them, because they saw in them the resolve to do something, to speak their mind, carry it out dexterously without distraction. No matter the amount of promises you are giving Ahmadu Bello, he wouldn't have accepted an Igbo man to be the president of Nigeria in 1960. No matter, even if you had told him, in fact, we have an understanding, they will develop the whole of the North. Let the Igbos, he wouldn't. The man told a British journalist that they can never give Igbos a chance, that they are arrogant. They want to dominate. Why is it that these things don't, I don't know why it does not enter into your ears repeatedly to remind you. When you make such suggestions, it's a betrayal of trust. And that makes me to question the loyalty to the Biafran cause. It is for that reason that Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. And United Nations said release him, regardless of the pressure they have put on this young man over this 1 year plus. Killing of Biafrans and all the lies they have spoken against us. Release him unconditionally. At this point, when we have won the battle, you are coming to say, go and listen to Peter Obi. Peter Obi does not believe in Biafra. He does not believe in Nnamdi Kanu. Didn't you know what happened during the Masob era? The Izu River? The floating of bodies? Didn't you hear when Peter Obi was being interviewed? He said when he comes into government, he will gather all these people and give them amnesty or something like that and have a discussion. Anybody that refuses, then he will deal with them decisively. Who do you think will refuse? We are Biafrans. We are not going to stay in Nigeria again. It's just like Britain exited from Europe. And you are coming to tell the British people, no, please go and reason with the new European president. So that, they will give Britain opportunity to do what they want to do in Europe. That's nonsense. The British want out. They came out. That's what we want. So anybody suggesting in any way that someone else should listen to Peter Obi so that maybe he can consider It's betrayal of trust, sabotage. And I don't buy it. I'm not here to contend with you. I'm not going to have any, altercation with you on this thing. I'm talking based on the principle, the policy, the belief. I'm talking based on the ideology and the spirit of Biafra. Our leader is there in detention. That was how some other person came, and a particular community in Bômbshéll raised up a young man and said he's the Lion of Biafra. Why the Lion of Biafra is there in detention? They just put him aside. Now you are saying this thing so that although I know within myself that Simon Ekpa will not even listen to Peter Obi. He will not even listen to him. But your suggestion, what is implying? If there is a way Simon Ekpa can be convinced at that level, based on how he has gone, he drops the Biafran issue and tells us Peter Obi has convinced him, and then Nnamdi Kanu will be Peter Obi that will release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu told you about Peter Obi, gave you reasons why Peter Obi is not reliable, and those reasons has never been faulted by any human being on this planet Earth, whether legally, economically, financially, materially, or whatever. Biblically, nobody has faulted it. Then the same Peter Obi, the wisdom of the Igbos only show how foolish they are, because they don't make a resolve and fight till the end. Didn't you hear what they said about Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awolowo? When they were looking for who they will meet to liaise with the Northerners and hold government, because the North didn't want Southeast and Southwest to come together. They were not going to take that. Rather, they will leave Nigeria. That's what they're not saying. That's why I love them. They are resolved in their issues. You say they are not educated, but they're wiser than you. You say they are not exposed, but they see better than you do. And that is why they have been holding sway and ruling you and I today. And they are now applying the same tactics, which is holding you to ransom. They started with Yoruba land and said, how do we catch Yoruba land? Do whatever they are doing in their Christianity, in the Islam. Hold Islamic services on Sunday. Do hallelujah. Do miracles. Finish on Sunday. So that when you come down to talk to a Muslim in a Yoruba state, you say, it's the same God we're serving now. We're serving. You worship God on Sunday, we worship God on Sunday. You dance, we dance. So there's similarity in our worship. That way there will be a mingling. If you are not strong in the flow of the Spirit, you mingle with them using this Solomonic wisdom. The wisdom of Solomon is not comparable to the wisdom of Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not Jesus, but I'm saying that Solomon in all his wisdom was not arrayed like this, flowers in the garden. So if somebody has Solomonic wisdom, it has nothing compared to the wisdom, the messianic wisdom. Then they said, how do we get the Igbos? All you have to do to the Igbos is to spray money around, give them contract, put a bait to them, because the Igbos love money, how they can negotiate and get something for their benefit, and they are getting us. But take this very thing and go and give to the Northerners religion to mix with their own. They will call you kafir, you are an infidel, your religion is evil. They cannot mingle with you. If you want to go and get them, you want to give them money, they will not accept your money, because they are strongly embedded in their faith, in what they believe that your money can never convince them. Instead, they want to kill you and take that money. So when you bring the idea, I feel very concerned and very angry. I don't like that kind of comment. But I know that Simon Ekpa is too, he's just too above that level of thinking, because he's operating in the spirit. He understands the Biafran situation more than you do, more than a lot of us even do. Those of us who are talking, he understands it more than. So you see the spirit now becomes operating in. The next person operating in that spirit is Simon Ekpa. Chike Dozien couldn't operate in that spirit. He couldn't. Chinasa Moru could not. And that's why things were spoiling. Neither did all the others there who are just a bunch of, some of them, I don't know how true that is. Even Rabbi Charles, who, I don't know, was said to have been a member of the British intelligence. He couldn't operate in the spirit of Nnamdi Kanu, even though he was talking at that time, because I questioned somebody asked him, if Rabbi Charles was part of the British intelligence, they did not tell him they were going to kidnap his leader. And the reason why they did not tell him was because they feel he might not allow it. Then, at knowing that they did that, their hands were there, it was enough to resign from the intelligence. Because Biafra is greater than Britain, as far as I'm concerned, it's my nation. That's why I don't have trust in Rabbi Charles. I never did. I'm looking at somebody who thinks like Nnamdi Kanu, and I see Simon Ekpa, he's thinking like, I'm not trying to push him in. No. He knows this thing better. He says, Nnamdi Kanu told him, do not allow Satan to enter his system, never enter him. And he's number one disciple, Onyokuru. I'm not number one. I'm number two. Or maybe number three or number four. There are other people who may be very, very committed than myself who are not talking. But I know that I am one of them. One of those committed 100 Biafrans. You can never sway me. Let Osokwa Allah Nigeria Zetoni Mala. We want out. O-U-T. Out. We want to form our own nation. Build our own nation. We don't want anything again to do with Nigeria. Don't give me anything. Like P2B or somebody, come and let's negotiate and be reasonable. All those people they are looking for their bellies. Give me freedom. Give me my liberty. Or kill me. I cannot be alive and walk with the Fulanis. Not in this world. They are evil. They are wicked. They are devilish. They are satanic. So I said this to tell King Solomon that publication you gave there is offensive to the Biafran psyche. It's offensive to the Biafran intelligence. It's offensive to the Biafran spirit. Why would somebody tell somebody to go and listen to P2B who is against Nabika that's in detention? He wants him dead there. What kind of wisdom is P2B playing that he's keeping it low so that when he becomes president, who told you that without your being president, Nabika will not be free? Are you God? He is the man that God called and God gave him a vision and everything Nnamdi Kanu said is coming to pass fulfilled. That guy is quintessential. He's sublime. He's something different. And God raised a servant to follow him in the person of Simon Ekpa. Somehow distraction is coming from purposedly supporters. Or maybe, that's why if you are not IPOB, autopilot, you can't really say things the way we are saying it. Because autopilot, we have more people who key into that spirit, that little narrow way, and understanding the heartbeat of Nnamdi Kanu, what God gave to him. Simon Ekpa is running with that vision. We are saying it, we know, we are like the sons of Issachar who know the signs of the time. That people on earth are clamoring over something does not make it approved by God. That P2B is running from Obasanjo to churches does not make him approved of God. Jonathan tried it before Buhari came. When God wanted to remove Jonathan from the office, he raised up the Muslims, they rigged him out. And then these Muslims now dealt with us so that because God wanted, Nnamdi Kanu said, with Jonathan in government, we will not get Biafra. But with Buhari in government, we'll get Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu said it. Because God wants a man that will come and oppress us, that will give us a good ground to fight and ask for our freedom without looking back. And so Jonathan was removed. And Buhari came in and began to exercise evil. And everybody has seen it. And we have resolved and said, never again shall this happen. We are leaving Nigeria. Biafra is a free nation. And any man standing against Biafra, let me tell you the truth, it is God who will deal with that man. It is God. If God decides to take him away, he'll take him away. If God decides to give him plagues, he'll give him plagues. If God decides to make him totally irrelevant and inconsequential in life, God will do it. I don't have any particular thing that I will say that will happen to that man. But I know of a certainty. God has decided to liberate Biafrans. He raised Nnamdi Kanu, and when they abducted him, he continued his vision and raised Simon Ekpa. And Simon Ekpa is doing a fantastic, absolutely fantastic job. He's bringing in a new dimension to this awareness that we are creating. That is what Nnamdi Kanu said. And you are telling Simon Ekpa to listen to P2B if he can be convinced No, man. That's betrayal of trust. I don't go for that. I don't care if everybody in Nigeria can support P2B. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigerians. So they can go ahead. He can be the president. No problem. My standing against P2B is his action to come and truncate the Biafran dream that is actualizing. You remember this same P2B was the man that Odumegwu Ojukwu, in the presence of the whole world, told the Anambra people, if there's anything you do for me before I die, vote P2B in to be the governor of Anambra State. On the platform of APGA. He presented P2B to Igbo, and Igbos respected the Kemba and voted P2B. He became the governor of Anambra State. Among the four major parties that contested, APGA came third. Now, this same P2B, when he was done with his tenure, abandoned APGA to show you, oh my God, their personal ambition far outweighs the general well-being of his people. If he's a man that had principles, since APGA gave him a leverage to become a governor, nothing will make him leave APGA. Even if APGA is failing, the next thing is, as Biafra is coming, because Ojukwu was the leader of Biafra in 1967 to 1970, he should have pitched his tent with the Biafran people, because Ojukwu handed over to him, said, this is my son, do it. But P2B, at that point, abandoned APGA. By abandoning APGA, he has left the vision Ojukwu gave. And you know, APGA is an offshoot of the Biafran nation. So APGA was to be kept alive so that the Biafran dream does not quench or go out. But P2B abandoned APGA and went to PDP. Just like you see the people of Idu left the Biafran struggle and from the Idu, they are clean separated from us. We have no connection. We are not against them. We don't hate them. They can go. We don't care. And everybody has his own idiosyncrasy. So we have ours. They have theirs. So when P2B left APGA, he separated himself from the principle of Odumegwu Ojukwu, who led the Biafran struggle from 1967 to 70 and went to PDP. He became a politician. And as you can see, Bianca Ono at the early stage criticized P2B for abandoning what his master gave him. This is what they are trying to make Simon Ekpa to do now. To abandon, remember, that of Simon Ekpa even, he came out of his own accord to become the disciple of Nnamdi Kanu and said he's the last bus stop for anybody. All the Kemagonye Simon Ekpa himself. You maybe he can recommend you, endorse you, recognize you. That is how you know an intelligent person. But Ebayone is full of wisdom. He said he'd be the last bus stop for any man that will betray Nnamdi Kanu in this struggle. Say he, Simon Ekpa, be the last bus stop. And I stand behind him there. You don't know. Seriously. I'm standing behind Simon Ekpa seriously. And when he will not fall. I stand as a man of God. I know be those ones where they come tell you, say, I prophesy, you're going to have money, or, this one. I don't even want you to address me as prophet. I'm not interested. But I know I serve God. I'm a man of God. I serve him. And I'm standing behind Simon Ekpa in the Biafran issue. Nothing will happen to him. The wisdom God has bestowed on him will remain. He will continue just like Haggai, the prophet, was prophesying, backing up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Josedek, in the building of the temple walls in Jerusalem in those days. In the book of Zechariah and Haggai. They stood as prophets, prophesying, encouraging the people. Don't come and tell me talks that are very offensive. Offensive. Do you know, you are telling us to go against God. You are telling us to listen to the way Nigerians are talking and follow this same Nigeria that is wicked, devilish, satanic, evil. They do all manner of rituals and wickedness. They are so evil. They have consistently seen Igbos killed, marginalized, decimated, and destroyed. They never said anything. You are asking me to come. This mind that God has given to me is not meant to rebel against him.
Thank you so much. much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.